We're at the end of the 6th week of addressing a substantial area filled with large buckthorn. And all these trees were girdled. Some were cut to the ground, it just depends. That's a monster one. And you can see it is girdled. Uh, right now, it's completely fried out. So there's no growth on the top. Uh, we did these somewhat hodgepodge. We were somewhat uniform in our approach to it, but here and there, some were done a month later than others. And as you can see, all those are buckthorn, all that dark stuff. As you can see, there's the canopies are all starting to open up there. The leaves are still hanging on, so it is blocking some light, but you can see how many of them are dead. And we did cut some to the ground, not too many, just because of the debris. As you can see, there's some debris there. Yeah, we cut down smaller ones. We will here and there. However, most of them will just leave just for the sake of debris. And even small ones like this will girdle and leave it. We want these dead. That's all we can really have the time for. We don't have a whole lot of time to stack these. And as you can see, the river stretch is starting to open up its sight lines. And so we worked along the river area also. So now you can, as you're walking, you can visually see that river. And some of them are blocked by dead buckthorn, but it'll open up more and more as those leaves wilt at different degrees. As you can see, like those, they're yellowing. So that's what you usually see is yellowing. You don't see wilt. A little slight wilt, but more you'll see more of a wilting, and then slowly it'll just fry up. And what it is with these things is like, if you cut into the heartwood enough, it's like the tops will fry out quicker. If you don't get into the heartwood, they hang on. They can hang on for a month, and all of a sudden then they show wilt. However, if it's treated properly, there's no doubt that that stump is going to die, which is really the whole issue. Now, let's say we did cut some stuff down, smaller things, and you can start seeing the sun's really coming through here now, and it'll really start hitting the fourth floor. I don't know if the birds are happy about this or not. This is a good food source for them. I mean, that's all that was available to them. And now there's not a whole lot. This is something that's always an issue with. I mean, yeah, you know, you don't want them spreading the seeds around, but these birds really don't have anything to eat because all the native plants have been choked out except on the edges, and usually they're plants that are more spring bloomers and berries early in the summer. Not a lot of the seed producers, herbaceous or woody. Regardless, you can really start seeing where it's opening up. Every dark trunk in there is a buckthorn that you'll see, every single one of them. And I was saying, I mean, sometimes it takes them a little while to fry up. This was done about a month ago. The leaves will hang on until spring, and then they'll start opening up. In some cases, we just girdled this one, so it's completely green. It has a lot of berries. The trees in here, there's a lot of very heavy seed producers. So we'll have to be dealing with that for years. Not much we can do about them. They won't be producing seed next year. That's it. It's going to be all seed bank. And as you can see, the sight lines have really opened up. There's some blockage. Like this one's starting to wilt. Some of them got cut down. If you cut them completely, they wilt in a day or so. You notice them. If you girdle them, it takes a week or so before you really start noticing stuff. So this year we didn't really have a whole lot of manpower to expand areas. We focused more on cleaning up the areas that worked on the previous 12 months. We work on like 12-month cycles in an area. Quite often, you know, you clean it up, let it sit for a year, maybe go back in the spring and the fall just quickly, just to check the most egregious or the things that stand out the most, the easiest hanging fruit, and just walk away. And then you can monitor, see what's growing in here. But this particular area, I mean, we haven't measured it, but we're at this point 6 weeks later, and the fifth week we really didn't do anything in here. And the 6th week, not a whole lot either. But after 6 weeks, we're 90% of this section is complete for the large buckthorn. We just have to deal with the seed bank. We just have along that ridge there, it's a wall of buckthorn, honeysuckle primarily, and real dense. That'll be done last, but everything else is pretty well cleaned up. We'll have to make a few more passes through here, but we're thinking that we should be able to have everything addressed in here in the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to start focusing on sweeps of other areas to expand or to finish up from previous years.